We'd like to ask the Lord Mayor's wife up now, Mrs. Sheila McLaughlin. And now Father McConnalogue, if you'd come up to the platform here. Father McConnalogue. I was just told there that there's some programs on the caravan for sale. Anybody hasn't got a program, there's still ones here for sale. Penny Porter selling them here. Brendan Porter.
Too late, you're on.
Make room for that van there, please. Let that van out, please. Could I make a wee road there for the band, please? Make a separation for the band to come through. Let the band on through there, please. The band's coming on through. Huh? That's all right, let us stay there. All right. Make a wee space for the band there, please. Stand back a wee bit and let the band through, please. Make road for the band there, please. Stand back a wee bit and let the band through, please. our chairman, Paddy McKinney, and our very special guest here tonight, Paddy McGuigan. With another Lifford Clonleigh festival. I'd like to introduce us here to the platform party here tonight, starting off with the Reverend Father McConnalogue. And our chairman here, Mr. Paddy McKinney. Our very special guest here tonight, we're very happy to see him in Lifford, Barry McGuigan, the champion. Our newly elected Lord Mayor, Denis Busby McLaughlin. And outgoing Mayoress, Mrs. Friel. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you all here to the Diamond tonight for our 5th annual Lifford Clonleigh Festival. And I can assure you, everyone's welcome here tonight on this glorious night. We're very proud to see such a large crowd here tonight on a very good evening. We must thank the good Lord, and we must thank our helper here, Father McConnalogue, for a good night here tonight. I don't want to say too much because Paddy told me to keep it very short. But I would like to congratulate Denis McLaughlin on his win of the Lord Mayor election. Denis, as you know, Denis could have laid back and won the election. But the man that Denis is, he didn't do that. I've known Denis McLaughlin for many years, and I always classed him as a real gentleman and a very upstanding man, Denis McLaughlin. So I would say Denis will wear the chain with a great honour for the Lifford Clonleigh Festival and for the people of Clonleigh. I have a lot more to say, ladies and gentlemen, but I haven't time to say it. I don't want to say it because Paddy's in a hurry to get up. And Paddy is the chairman here tonight. It's Paddy's night here tonight. He is the chairman. And Paddy McKinney is a very important man in Clonleigh to run this festival for 5 years as chairman of the Lifford Clonleigh Festival. It's a very hard job, and Paddy does a lot of work. Just tell me to hurry up already. But Paddy is a very hard worker, and I would like you to put your hands together for Paddy McKinney. It's certainly a great honour for me here tonight to introduce a man with the standard and the ability and the courage of Paddy McKinney. I think there's no better man to do the job as chairman for the Lifford Clonleigh Festival than Paddy McKinney. So I'll now hand you over to our chairman for the 5th year, Paddy McKinney himself. Thank you.
Thank you, Charlie. Very, very much. Those are very kind words, Charlie. Well, Reverend Father, Mr. Mayor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everyone who came here tonight. I think you are a credit to the community of Lifford and Clonleigh for coming out to welcome a man like Barry McGuigan. We have to give Barry McGuigan the best welcome ever could be accorded to a personality, because Barry McGuigan is our own young Irishman who's done Ireland proud and has done his own native county Monaghan proud. Certainly, Barry, we are happy to welcome you to this community tonight to open our 5th festival. And Barry, you know, if we had waited another year to invite Barry McGuigan, we would have had a world champion here to open our festival. And you know yourself that it's not going to take Barry a year to do that. Barry's going to do that in a very short time, for he's going to demolish all in front of him. Mr. Mayor, I welcome you here too, and your wife Sheila. You have done this community proud as well. You have done what we consider to be an impossible task. You trotted a lonely road for the past couple of months, collecting funds to promote the Lifford Clonleigh Festival, to promote the name of this community, and you did it well. Yes, Danny, you are a credit to the community and to the people who elected you. So please, everybody now, raise their hands again for our own Lord Mayor, Danny Busby McLaughlin. And may you enjoy this festival as much as you deserve. I would also like to thank and to welcome Myra, our former mayoress, Myra Friel. Myra, you done a great job for the festival last year and right through the period from this festival to the mayoral dance last Saturday night. You earned a well-deserved rest. Please, Myra, take your rest this year and enjoy it. It always falls on my duty to have a duty list of people to thank, and I'm going to try and go through it as briefly as I can, because I know time is running out for us. First of all, I'm going to thank the committee festival members who are nearly all gathered here on the platform behind us here. I want to thank the committee members who worked with me all year preparing this festival. Thank them very much, because their dedication and their hard work alone, God knows how much. It's only now that when we see the festival coming into shape that we appreciate the work that has been done, and you'll even appreciate that more on Sunday night when all is over. So please record your appreciation for the festival committee. Now, when we're on the subject of committees, I would like to include all committees, all clubs, all organisations in the community who worked hand in hand with the festival, placed their personnel, their resources at our disposal, and they helped to promote this festival. The many businesses and firms who sponsored various festival events, and I thank them, because we always depend to a great extent on goodwill from the community, and sponsorship is always a very practical way of showing your help. So I thank our sponsors very much. I must also include the people who give us the use of their land and premises for holding festival events, pre-festival events. There's a lot of people who I can never name who give us the use of lands and their premises, and in that I would include our parish priest, Father McGahey and Dean Reid. And I think when I mention those two names, I'm including the whole community, because they represent quite a wide section of the community here. I would like to thank Sergeant Fitzpatrick and the Guard of Cyclone for their efforts over the years and for the help they give us over the years and ensuring the smooth running of the festival, and I am sure we can count on that again for a job well. I thank them again for a job well done. I have a special word of thanks to all our helpers, and there were many helpers. Now especially I'm thinking about the people who helped to erect this stage that we're standing on. The people who decorated the town with the bunting. There was a lot of hard work, and it's a credit to the people who done it. The decoration of the town, and it looks very, very well. And I would include the people in the Connyborough housing estate who did the same for their own housing estate. The very many people who helped at the sheepdog trials last Saturday, and the people who came and helped at the Senior Citizens Party there on Tuesday evening. That's people who helped by way of providing transport of people and materials. They all deserve our sincere thanks. And finally, I would say any person who helped in any way, I must thank everyone who even offered to help. Thank you all very much indeed, because this, after all, is your festival. It is a people's festival. It's not the festival of the committee, it's not my festival, it's a people's festival, and it's one of the most positive things that happens in this community. The festival is really a positive thing. It does good, it unites people, it gives enjoyment to people, and that's really what it's all about. Thank everyone very much indeed for their help. I hope I didn't keep it too long, but I had that list of people to go through, and that's why I'm always so slow at getting through with it. Thank you very much. Now I'm going to start by inviting the first speaker, who is none other than our very beloved curate, Father Denis McConnalogue. Father Denis McConnalogue. And I feel that I'm monotonously repeating this every year. He was the man who inspired us with the idea in the first place. So Father McConnalogue, I think he's going on holidays next week, so I hope he gets the weather like we're getting here tonight. Father McConnalogue, please. Father McConnalogue.
For the 5th time in the square, in the Diamond in Lifford, and to be at the opening of yet another festival. A festival is an opportunity, an occasion for people to forget the monotony and the boredom of everyday life, to leave it behind for a few days, and to have a few days fun, a few days enjoyment, a few days of relaxation together, because that's what it's all about. Because it's your festival, it's a festival of the parish of Clonleigh, put together by representatives of this community. And as I said, it's your festival. All we need to enjoy ourselves for the next few days is God-given weather, which I think He will provide. And secondly, is your support for the next few days. We provided a varied, imaginative, and I hope interesting programme for you, for everyone, for young and for old in the community. The committee began work some months ago, last October in fact, and I suppose like myself during these months, at times they felt, was it all worthwhile? Because you get setbacks, you get knocks, you get, I suppose, opposition of one kind or another. But there are so many positive things that happen as well, things that make it worthwhile to continue. There's, for instance, the number of people who gather here tonight, and you know in your heart that people want a few days of fun and a few days of relaxation. There's something too, for instance, like what happened in Connyborough in the last few days. There we talk about a festival as an occasion for community coming together, for people coming together to help themselves and to help our community. And there's no better example anywhere that you will see than what has happened in Connyborough in the last number of days, where that community have come together and entered in to the spirit of the whole thing. And yesterday, not only have they decorated their area, but they also threw a party for all the children yesterday. A marvellous pre-festival event, and I think they deserve every credit and indeed an applause from you to the good people of Connyborough, and I hope other areas will learn and take example from them. You didn't come here to listen to Paddy McKinney or myself or others. You came here to listen to a very distinguished guest. And on your behalf and on mine, we welcome tonight someone who is a world-known figure now. And as Paddy says, in a few short months, we hope that he will be world's #1. A credit to himself, a credit to Monaghan, and a credit indeed to Ireland, wherever he will go. very fortunate to welcome to our town tonight, and I hope that he enjoys the hours that he will spend among us. And I would like to say thank you too to the committee for the marvellous work that they do to give of their time and their talents year in and year out. And they take all the stick that's given to them and they continue. And I suppose it's all worthwhile when they see you enjoying themselves and they see the festival going each year so well. We'd like to also say thanks to our outgoing mayoress for the marvellous work that she did during the past year. Wherever she went, she was a credit to this community, and we thank her sincerely for the work that she did. And finally, to Danny Busby McLaughlin, I hope he is as successful as the man he's called after. And that he brings as much credit and success during this year to Lifford as the old Busby himself brought to Manchester for many years. If I've left anybody out, I'm sorry, I thank you. And as I said, it's our festival, it's your festival. Enjoy Festival 1984. Thank you, God bless you, and have a few very good days. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. Now I'm going to call on the lady herself, who is our outgoing mayoress. Mayor Friel would like to say something to the crowd who is gathered here. Now, before I do that, I would like to take this opportunity of congratulating the Murlog School Band who came here and led us down from the Inter-County Hotel, and also to congratulate them on winning a prize. They won a first prize in Annagry there on Sunday. So congratulations to the Murlog School Band. Now, Myra, please welcome Myra Friel.
I'm not just big enough. Oh. Can I come off? No? I'd rather, rather not just. Maybe no. Doesn't it come off? No? I'd rather
Good, Charlie.
Just keep your fingers crossed. Well, good evening, Reverend Father, ladies and gentlemen, and our special guests here this evening. I hope you are all here to enjoy yourselves. And mind you, I'm not much better than I was last year, but I'll try and do my best anyway. Keep quiet with us down there. I'd like to congratulate Danny here, first of all, in case I forget all about it. And I wish him all the luck of the next 12 months to come, him and Sheila. And I hope that he'll have as good a time as what I had, for I really enjoyed my 12 months. As you all know, I went everywhere I was asked to go. I let nobody down. So I think that's a good thing, to do your duty while you're on the go, while the going's good. So I think I did that for everybody. And I would like to thank the Festival Committee for all they've done for me and all the workers that I had. As you know, I put on a good effort to it last year, and please God, I hope to do the same in the near future when Danny is finished. That's if he is. That's if Danny is finished. Maybe he's not, I don't know. He didn't tell me anything about it right enough. But I hope he has a good time. What are you saying there, Jim? Keep you motoring on. You had your day. But anyway, I'd like to thank everybody who helped me, and I would like to thank Charlie here as well, for without him I could get nowhere. The old bicycle's not motoring the best, so it takes the car to get you there. So I'd like to thank you all. I'd like to thank you all very, very much, and I hope you enjoy yourselves for the next 3 or 4 days. And I hope that this gentleman here will enjoy himself while he's in Lifford and have a good time to himself. So good luck to him and all the rest of you, that you'll enjoy yourselves. So I hope I made no mistakes this time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Myra. Now, there's one man you must hear. This, as I said, I left, as far as the community is concerned, I have left the last word to the Lord Mayor himself, Danny Busby McLaughlin. So please welcome our Lord Mayor, Danny McLaughlin.
Thanks very much, everybody. Reverend Father, ladies and gentlemen, friends, I would like to be associated with the kind remarks of our previous speakers. In particular, I would like to extend my own sincere welcome to our guest personality, European champion, Mr. Barry McGuigan. I would like to thank the many supporters of my mayoral campaign in particular, my own wife and family. I hope that in the course of the campaign everyone found something of enjoyment. I must also acknowledge the support and encouragement I received from the hard-working festival committee. I very much doubt if I shall be able to bring the grace and charm of my predecessor to my year in office, but I hope I will be able to follow her example of dedication to the community. And in conclusion, it's my earnest wish that everyone in the community make a special effort between now and Sunday to show their appreciation for the hard work of so many local people and bringing entertainment of a high standard to our town. Finally, if you just cannot enjoy it, at least don't criticise it. Thank you all very much.
And now it's time to hear the man you came to hear. The man you want to hear. The man you want to talk to. Ladies and gentlemen, I have great pleasure in introducing our celebrity for 1985, none other than European champion 84. Sorry, the fifth festival. There's a wee five there somewhere. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Barry McGuigan.
First of all, I'd like to thank you all very, very much for that marvellous round of applause. Reverend Father, Lord Mayor, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to first of all say how delighted and pleased I am to be here to open the Clonleigh Festival for 1984. The Lifford Clonleigh, excuse me. The weather's great, and I hope that that's a good omen. I believe it's been a marvellous success up until now, and I hope that 1984 will be just as good, and I hope you all enjoy yourselves. I'd like to take this opportunity to say that it'll be impossible for me to sign autographs for everybody, so what I'm going to do is I'll send Paddy on a couple of 100 pictures, and I'll sign my autograph on them, and he can hand them and distribute them out to you. Okay? As I'm saying to Paddy here, I don't have too much more to say, so I think I'll take this opportunity to officially open the Lifford Clonleigh Festival for 1984. I hope you all have a marvellous time. Thank you very much indeed.
Barry, now, this is not the last you've heard from Barry by no means. Barry is very willing to answer questions about his boxing career, about himself. If anyone would like to ask him a question, so I think I'll start off with the first question. Barry, tell me this, how did you come to be a boxer?
Well, I used to fight in school. No, I was a bit of a ruffian, and I was always very competitive, and I used to like to be aggressive on the football field, so my father decided to bring me to the local boxing club, and I just started from there at the age of 12.
Not looking for us that he did. Isn't it good that he was a bit of a ruffian? Yeah. Now, anybody would like to ask the question here?
whenever you're young in the back?
Yes, I did. My father knocked me out of the saucepan one time.
Were you nervous in your first fight?
Were you nervous in your first fight, Barry?
I'm always nervous, even though really I get very nervous before each fight. Running to the toilet and what have you.
We can't keep this up. We can't keep this up for too long. But this is certainly a new departure. This week.
Hardest fight? Who's your hardest fight?
Who's your hardest fight, Barry?
My hardest fight was. I've had a few hard fights. Probably the hardest was the one that I had in Navan with a coloured fella called Samuel Meck. That's right. Some boy down there knows. Some lassie, excuse me.
Right down.
How long is it going to take you to be the world champion?
I hope not long. I hope. Well, you know, it's everybody's talking talking about being world champion, but it's not that easy. The featherweight division is the hardest division at the minute in the world. So I'm hoping that I'll be fighting for the world title in 3 or 4 fights. Please God.
All right, there's another. We can't keep this going on indefinitely. No, we'll have to stop it sometime.
Were you nervous the last night fighting?
I just nod my head. Yes, I was.
You was. That's right. Now, well, Barry, tell us now, Barry. What about plans? Have you got any plans for the future? Or what is your immediate plans?
My immediate plans is to get the biggest meal I can up in that hotel. No, my plans for the future. I believe you have a meal for me. Isn't that right, Paddy? You didn't hear that. No, my plans for the future. I want to keep on going as far as I can. I always like to train. I trained before I came up here today. I'm training again, and I hope to get another fight before a break for the summer. Have a couple of weeks of a holiday and get back in and defend European title once more, and then hopefully step in and fight for the big one.
And a few more questions I'd like to ask you. You know, who would you? We're talking about boxers and fighters. Who do you admire most? Apart from boxers, who do you admire most now in the world? Well, you are a world figure yourself. Who do you admire most?
The fighter that I admire most is Roberto Duran. I don't know whether you've heard of him or not, but you have, I'm sure. And Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler, a couple of great fighters. I respect them. Mother Teresa, I respect her too. And that's all really.
Nobody else wants to ask Barry any questions here now. Nobody else. Right, okay. Only one at a time. We can't give any person 2 questions. Right. There's a wee man here who never asked anything. He wants to ask Barry something.
What school did you go to?
What school?
What school? I went to St. Tiernock's primary school, and I went to St. Patrick's High School in Clonleigh.
And there's a wee fellow that here wants to ask something here. What is that, Sonny?
What was the most successful fight you ever had?
Oh, sure. This is a very easy one for him, isn't it?
No, I'm afraid you're all wrong. It wasn't last night's because they underestimated. All the press underestimated my opponent. I think my most successful fight was the one against Jose Caba, which was my second last fight. That and has brought me up to number 4 in the world ratings.
Now, Barry, do you have a tough training schedule?
Yes, I do. I train 4.5 hours a day when I'm training flat out. It entails 2 to 3 training sessions a day. I start off at 6:30 in the morning. I run 6 or 8 miles with plenty of 2 tracksuits on me and big heavy boots to make things harder. Then I go back to bed for a couple of hours, train at about 12 o'clock in the gym for an hour and a half, and then I work out again in the evening. Do basically sparring and speed work in the evening for another 2 hours.
You wouldn't consider coming down here on Saturday and running a half marathon, would you? But with all this training, Barry, you must that is a very disciplined life you have. Now, there's a very personal question. What kind of food would you eat?
No, that's not. It's a very easy question to answer. I'm a very plain eater because obviously I can't take a lot of these sauces and what have you. I just eat plenty of lean meat, chicken, steak, fish, and plenty of green vegetables and fruit. And lots of tea, believe it or not. I drink about 25 cups of tea a day. Anybody out there wants a challenge, just come to my house. No problem.
Barry, did you ever smoke or drink?
No, I never smoked nor drank. My father had a bit of problem with it. Had a bit of a problem with the drink at one stage, so I learned from him not to touch it, and I'm delighted that I never touched it because I can see that it's I've done well without it, and a lot of people that are friends of mine have been having a hard time drinking, and also the cigarettes cost a fortune. Keep away from them as much as you can. Give you cancer.
Yeah. And finally, I think we'll have to draw this to a close. We could keep it's such an interesting conversation we're having. You could keep it going on all night. Paddy, tell me this. I don't want this last question either, but I'm sure, Bobby, apart from your boxing career, and do you have a hobby, some other hobby?
Yes, I do have a hobby. I like to sit on my backside and watch the television. No. My hobby would be I have 5 dogs, believe it or not, and I like to go out on the fields and spend hours out hunting rabbits and foxes and badgers, and I do a bit of shooting, but I miss most of the things.
Yes, I think, Danny, you have declared the festival. Have you pop stars favourite? Somebody wants to know.
Yes, UB40 is my favourite at the minute.
Yeah. We'll have to draw this to a close now because the time is running out for us. Yes, Sonny, what do you want? If I don't stop sometime, what do you want to know, Sonny?
Was I ever afraid to go?
Quick answer, Barry.
Yep.
Right, I think now, Barry, you have declared the festival to be open, haven't you? You've already done that duty. The festival is officially opened. Now we have some duties to perform. There's some presentations to be made. Barry is going to do the honours here again. Now, what do we do first? What do we... Pool competition. Right. We're going to have the presentation for the pool competition. The runner-up in the pool competition was Michael McNamee. Is Michael McNamee here anywhere? Or any of the McNamees, Kevin says will do. Michael McNamee. Or anyone to represent Michael McNamee here? Someone. Right. Margaret Geller, are you taking the Margaret? Right, Margaret. You better come up to the stage here. Any person who has a prize to get or thinks they have a prize to get, make their way as near to the stage as possible. That's the way we'll get through it quicker. So some people maybe will be taken by surprise, all right, but that's nothing we can do about that. Any person who knows they have a prize to get, make their way near to the stage. I don't know. And the winner of the pool competition is Charlie Kelly. I think I saw Charlie down here somewhere. Yes, Charlie's coming up here. That concludes. Yes, I would like to thank the people who took part in this competition. and the people who competed, the people who provided Michael Ronahan for giving us the use of his premises to run this competition. Thank you all who took part. Right, the winners of the pre-festival snooker competition were, the winner was Frankie Connolly, runner-up, Jerry Patterson, runner-up, highest break, who was with Jerry Patterson again, highest break. Are they here? Are those people here? Frankie Connolly, Jerry Patterson. The runner-up. That's the winner, Frankie Connolly. Congratulations, Frankie. The runner-up prize goes to Jerry Patterson. The highest break of the competition also goes to Jerry Patterson. Now we have the Tidy Gardens competition. The prizes for the Tidy Gardens competition. This is something we don't know who the winners are there until the... Sean, will you read them out yourself? Right, Sean Quigley will read out the winners of the Tidy Gardens competition.
Friends, I'll try and be as brief as possible. Once again this year we had a very good entry, and I'd like to thank everybody who took part in the Tidy Gardens competition. Particularly we had a very big entry from the Coniborough, and it's very encouraging to see this every year, the entry from that area. I just wish that we could have a bigger entry from the Crowhan Heights, where there's a lot of good gardens as well. Anyhow, I'll just get down to business here now, and what I'll do is I'll read out all the results, and as the names are called out, if the people would make their way up around here to the side of the stage, we'll present the trophies to them later on. Now, first of all, we had a good number of new entries this year, and we have two prizes going to this section. That's Mrs. Brown, Spring Hill, and Caddy McNamee from Coniborough. Now, this is something new that we introduced. It's for the previous winners of competitions that they have been excluded from the open competition, and in that section we had Eileen Boland and Mrs. Danny Turish of Momeen. We had a vegetable garden in this section as well, which perhaps wasn't just advertised as well as it should have been. We might have had more entries, but the winner of that was William McGaffigan from Ballindrate. And we have a special prize here for Mrs. Fonzie Quinn of Letterkenny Road. Now I'll get down now to the housing estate section. This is for the smaller gardens in the middle. Helen Foley, Crowhan Heights, that's first prize there, and Mrs. McGinley, Coniborough, second prize. Now in the housing estates section for the larger gardens at the end, first prize goes to Kathleen Patton, Coniborough, and Mrs. A. McCusker, Coniborough. Now in the town section we had Tommy Patton, Gallus Lane, first prize, and Maureen McDermott, Castlefin Road, second prize. And the big one for the big gardens, the country section, Lily Gallagher, Drumby, first prize. And Mrs. Brown, Spring Hill, second prize. And also one final award. The judges were very impressed with Lily Gallagher's garden, and they recommended that she get an overall prize as well as the best garden in the area entered for the competition. So that's Lily Gallagher, the best overall garden in the parish. Once again there, Lily Gallagher, Drumby, Mrs. Brown, Spring Hill, Tommy Patton, Gallis Lane, Maureen McDermott, Castlefin Road, Kathleen Patton, Conabara, Mrs. A. McCusker, Conabara, Helen Foley, Crowhan Heights, Mrs. McGinley, Conabara, Mrs. Brown, Spring Hill, Caddy McNamee, Conabara, Eileen Boland, Conabara, Mrs. Danny Turish, William McGaffigan, Ballindrate, and Fancy Quinn. Okay, I see some of the winners coming up here now. I just want to say a word about this one. Young Stephen McCullough here is the head gardener for Mrs. Brown up in Spring Hill, and he's done an excellent job, and he's picking up 2 prizes here tonight. We still have a lot of trophies here yet. There must be a lot of people missing. Lily Gallagher, Danny Turish, Caddy McNamee, have anyone there to take a trophy on behalf of Mrs. A. McCusker, Conabara, Caddy McNamee, Danny Turish, we have just 3. Caddy McNamee, Mrs. A. McCusker and Mrs. McGinley. All Conabara. There must be somebody here to pick up their trophies. just one trophy left here. Mrs. McGinley, Connemara. Would somebody come up here and relieve me of this burden?
Now we're going to have some music, some entertainment, and that's the first of the festival. Oh yes, sorry, there's two shop under competition. There's a shop under competition. There was two prizes to be given out in that, and the prize winners in that case is first prize goes to Denis, and the second prize goes to M&F Fruits. Isn't that right? M&F Fruits. So congratulations to all winners, all prize winners. We're going to now have some entertainment to start off our festival. Now listen, you see, as usual, I always hold this in my hand. These are on sale at 50p each. Please get one before you leave. Yes, the members of the Murlog School Band asked me to wish a happy birthday to Liam McCallion, sorry. To Liam McCallion, his 21st birthday. Yes, this is the first prize in the shop under competition, which goes to Denis. Is there anyone here to represent M&S Fruits? M&S Fruits. You will. Okay. Yep. Barry asked me to announce that he would not be able to sign autographs for everyone that could be asking him. So what he will do, he will be sending me about a couple of hundred cards signed. So any person who comes to me will have a card until they run out. Any person who wants an autograph card.